Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome to episode 105 of our Blueprints playthrough, or Blueprints playthrough, whichever way you want to say it. I certainly struggle to say it one way consistently. The number of times I have started and then ended an episode, like I've restarted an episode recording because I can't say Blueprints playthrough, more times than I can count. Welcome. We have a very interesting day to start off with today. Day 154. 154 is not the interesting part. The interesting part is that I used the Blessing of the Monk. In the last episode, I used the Blessing of the Monk and called it a day inside of Foundation. Foundation has one rule. Does not reset at the end of the day. Well, how exactly does the game phrase it? Does not reset something. Now, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Because I know I said during the last episode, does not reset each day, that I could just, I'm so nervous. I know I said at the end of the last episode that I could just not count today. Like I could close the game rather than letting it save, so that we don't run the risk of completely ruining the game and soft blocking ourselves. But I'm also kind of curious what happens if we don't. I have a lot of thoughts. We'll get to it in a second. Foundation is here. So Blessing of the Monk did work to put Foundation here. It's one of the rooms that can be put here. We're going to click it. We're going to see if anything interesting happens. It looks like there is an elevator over there. Oh, but the elevator is not lowered, which is a problem. There's dig spots. I don't have a shovel. The foundation is not lowered. So it's like the default foundation. I didn't expect that this elevator would be accessible. I just kind of assumed we wouldn't have an elevator at all. Okay. Well, let me get my notebook out. I should have had it ready to start. That checks off an item from our list, kind of. Although we still sort of need to find out what happens at the end of the day. So I think where I'm at right now is this. By the way, welcome to the episode. In case you missed it, last episode we had a huge breakthrough in terms of a permanent addition. Blue Tents is here, which completely rewrites our goals for what to do each day. And here's how it rewrites our goals. I think our clot, C-L-O-T-T, strategy still works. And in fact, I think one of those letters is more important than ever. Clot stands for conservatory, lost and found, observatory, treasure trove. The most important rooms I can draft. If I've drafted those rooms, it's a success. Anything else is extra credit. Lost and found is less important than I used to think. It seems like, but one of them has gotten more important, which is conservatory. Because if our goal is now to draft every blue room in the 8th rank, rarity for some of these rooms matters more than ever. And it has changed specifically between last episode and this episode. So let's get conservatory and let's start figuring out our strategy. Treasure trove is also good. We'll take treasure trove. What I mean by that is like, so, I mean, all of these rooms, minus spare green room, all of these rooms need drafted in that spot. As well as Dovecote, Kennel, Clock Tower, Classroom, Planetarium, Mechanarium. Which is a lot of work. The good news is our foundation is actually in a pretty good spot for us. If we have a key or a couple keys, we could probably go north, draft a bunch. So I think we have a workable strategy in terms of getting there. I am unsure how much work. This might take a lot of work. But the good news is it's kind of like anything you do in life that is like overwhelming in terms of its size, but not its difficulty. We know how to make every single one of these rooms appear in Draft 8. We can do it. All it takes is making sure that it is at the right rarity, that you are likely to eventually get it. Increasing all of our ways to redraw, like gems with study, like dice, like etc. And then putting ourselves in the opportunity, in the place where we have a chance to do it. It might require a lot of like rarity management. Bedroom closet, for instance, currently rare, but there is a key piece of information in this room if it is drafted in the 8th rank. I don't know if it's any more or less key than the information in walk-in closet. So how do we do this? I don't know. I think we probably just do as many of the like common, standard, unusual in that order, and then we start to think about making rare rooms less rare, making some common rooms more rare. We're gonna have to track everything that we've been drafting in that spot. It's a big project, but the good news is it's the exact kind of project we're already familiar with from this game. The game asks you to be a librarian, an archivist, the game asks you to track stuff. And oh boy, we've been tracking. Speaking of tracking, I'm going to take a screenshot of this box. This is box number 25. I have a key. We will open it. The symbol is used to denote the unknown, death, and the number 8. Okay. I'm interested in this one. However, I'm just going to keep compiling. I'm compiling information. I'm not solving it at this point with Treasure Trove. I'll solve it soon, I think. The more interesting those memos get, the more interested I am in making it work. Okay, the ones we've done outside are drawing room, clock tower, rotunda. Sorry, in the 8th rank. Drawing room, clock tower, rotunda. Locker room is the one we have not been able to figure out. Probably requires a shit ton of keys. Let's go ahead and... If we were to go to the 8th rank right now, what would we want? We would probably want a bunch of keys, a decent amount of keys, a decent amount of gems, and the ability to redraw. So I think we just go around here prioritizing the normal stuff, like trophy rooms and storerooms and Geist bedrooms and wine cellars, stuff that gives us gems, gives us etc. Of course, along the way, we're going to look for a turn-scorched sundial base. Are we going to find it? I don't know, but we're going to look. Take a break room. Right now, we're in a good spot where we don't need to, like, avoid drafting blue rooms this early because there will still be plenty of blue rooms to draft later. But someday we're going to want to avoid drafting break room here because we're going to want to draft it at the back. Math problem. 5, 7, 10, 3, 3. Oh boy. 13 minus 13, right? 0 flipped is 0. Squared is 0. Plus 5. Shit, I just realized it's a half. It's a half here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's a half. Oh, boy. Okay, so 13 minus 12 and a half? 0.5? Flipped is 50? Squared is 2,500? Plus 5, 2,505 divided by 3. That doesn't seem right. That does not seem right. Okay. Let's ignore this right here. and see if we can solve it the other way. 13 minus 13 is 0, 0, 0. 5. Fuck, divided by 3. Okay, well, that doesn't work. 13 minus half is 12 and a half. Minus 6 is 0.5. If you flip that first, I would assume that means 50, but we could assume it means 5. Squared is 20. This makes more sense. Squared is 25. 30 divided by 3, 10. That makes way more sense. The decimal point is just a little mark of it's just a little question mark for me, you know? I don't really know what to do with the decimal point in those situations. Because it hasn't been explained to me what to do with them. Now, that's fine, because I can figure it out via process of elimination, but... Okay, I think a trophy room here makes a lot of sense. We need to get to the corner so we can try and draft a... conservatory, I guess. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, I guess we take Geist's bedroom here. We need study. If we had study at this point, I would feel comfortable going north. Maybe a couple more keys would be nice too, but we also will draft these common rooms all the way over toward, like, when we're on rank 8. Okay, there's an extra key. I'm still so nervous about this foundation thing. It's an extra key. I feel good about that. Oh, I didn't grab my dice. I was like, where the fuck did my dice go? I didn't grab them. We'll grab them. I was like, I should have more rerolls. Okay, let's try for something good here. Study is pretty great. If I don't take study here, I'm going to want to take it somewhere else. We're going to skip it. I'm really interested in getting conservatory right now, but I guess I probably shouldn't be, just because at this point we have a lot of options. Like, at this point we have so many blue rooms that we could do. Let's do a parlor puzzle just because I guess I'm feeling frisky today. I want all the gems I can get, even though I don't have study. I guess the play right now is not to get conservatory and start worrying about changing rarities as much, because I only have 3 that I would want to decrease the rarity of: clock tower, drawing room, rotunda. Okay. Let's solve a puzzle. The gems are in the white box. The other 2 statements are both true. This can't be true. The gems are not in the blue box. This can't be true, meaning it must be false, meaning they can't both be true. If this is false, one of them has to be true. The gems are not in the blue box. This can't be true, because if it is true, then these are both true, which breaks the game. So it must be false. The white box is false, which means that one of these they both cannot be true. So one of them must be false. I was going to say they can both be true, but it can't because of this. So one of them has to be false. The gems are in the white box. That could be true. That could be false, right? I don't see any reason why it couldn't be. Oh my god, it's been a while since I worked my brain in this way. The gems are not in the blue box. If this is false, blue is false, the gems are not in the white box. That would make this one true. meaning the gems would have to be inside of the black box. If this were true, that would make this false, meaning the gems would be in both the white box and the blue box at the same time, which cannot be true. It must be black. Please tell me I got it right. Let's go. Let's go. It felt kind of good to do that again. Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while. Oh, baby, that felt good. Forgot to eat my food. Nice. That felt fun. Good stuff. All right, let's see if we can get study. We need to grab our dice on the way out. But we need a little study action. Planetarium gives us a dice. A die, sorry. Let's take weight room. It's weird, but let's do it. Hit this button while we're here. Excuse me. Okay. Let's go ahead and draft a good room here. Passageway is fine. I want 3 chances to draft good stuff. Observatory is great. Although this is where my strategy is like becoming questionable right now. Observatory is not a room that we are going to want to change the rarity of after we have drafted it in rank 8. So, does it not make sense to actually draft it in rank 8 immediately so that I can also then draft it at the start of runs on the other days? I don't know. My strategy, I'm working through this strategy in real time. We're going to get dark room and we're not going to even go in there. This door is locked. I think we maybe just leave it alone. Let's just go to rank 8, right? Go to rank 8. We get a couple more gems. That's fine. Start with more gems tomorrow. I'm cool with that. Got a scorched sundial in here. I have no fucking idea on the scorched sundial front, by the way. I have no idea. I'm lost completely on what to do there. I haven't gotten to rank 5 yet. Should I have done that just to get a couple more footsteps? Let's go outside. Oops. And then let's go, ideally here, maybe our goal here should be to draft rooms that we don't want, that are both common and that we don't want to change the rarity of. I didn't get my dice. Fuck. I can still get them. I think this run is basically over the minute we draft these rank 8 stuff. Like, my goal is to accumulate memos as quickly as possible. So if we go back in, 14, it's going to be like kind of close on footsteps. Lunchbox should give us some, I think. You have to reach rank 5, which is not a thing that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be skipping rank 5 because I'm an idiot. I'm going to be skipping directly over rank 5 because I'm dumb. We might have just fucked ourselves with footsteps. I can't even get up foundation because I don't have keycard. Oh, no. We did fuck ourselves with footsteps. I told you keycard is the best item in the game. We need one. We need one, and we need it every single day. But that means I probably need to coat check it. Shit. I can't go this way. So I need to go to passageway and start drafting from there. Is this run cooked? Okay, well. Things just got a little interesting. 6 footsteps. We're gonna get a couple from rank from Lunchbox, but we're down to 3 footsteps. Set security, even though that's probably one that we would like to set later. Oh, thank God. Okay, up to rank 5, plus an orange, which is very valuable. Car key and a coupon book somewhere. Where are these items coming from? Car key and a coupon book? Where? All right. Let's go ahead and set up an experiment. I don't know. I don't know if experiments are worth my time right now, honestly. I like them a lot, but I don't know that they are getting me anything in terms of progress, or I thought, you know, I got to figure out the radiation situation. The radiation situation. Got to figure out the radiation situation. All right, let's set up an experiment. I do like gain 1 star. Let's do spend more 2 or more gems drafting a room. All right. So we need to make our way to rank 8 now, and also come back and get some food from dining room. Screw foundation. We got to get there on our own, which means boiler room. That's rank 6. Currently have no items. Do I want to just go, or do I want to? I think we should just get there. Corridor is great. This is rank 8. Okay. So at this point, observatory is decent. We lose out on 1 spot to the east, but that's okay. We like observatory in general, and it's a common room, so let's get it off of the table. Dinner is ready. Where is the hidden blue memo? Taped to the other side of the globe. You have to spin the globe. That'd be cool if the globe finally had a reason to exist. It's in the book. Used as a bookmark. Nope. I don't see it on the telescope itself. Let's go up here. Okay, I do not. Oh, it's on there. It's on there. I see it. Okay. Okay, I need to move it to me, which is the dials down here. Okay, we found it. Now we just gotta move it. Wrong way. One more. Probably just there and then down, right? Might want to move it one more. Nope, too far. All right. I think I may change the way I keep my notes on these things, by the way. I'll show you in just a second. Oh, interesting. So you won't... Do I need to put it over there? Okay. I can do that. It's being blocked by this thing. I just imagined it would, like, merge through it because... If I were making a video game, I'd be lazy and I would just make it like clip through the thing. Right there and then down? Probably. I've decided I'm going to change the way I keep notes on on these blue memos in particular. Because they provide such weird and sort of like diffuse information that I want to try tracking how I interpret them, as well as, this is the observatory memo, as well as what they say. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try once again to use this weird designer program. We're gonna add text, maybe. I'm gonna figure out a brand new piece of software as we're in the middle of using it. The largest planet in the night sky is named after the Paragon of Ash. This is interesting. My questions are going to be specifically at night. And then I'm going to figure out if I can't... what do you think Paragon of Ash means? My next reaction to that is, what are the names of the planets currently? Aren't they Isn't one of them Mora? I feel like one of them is Mora. One of them is like... It's the devoted moon and the rogue moon. Aha. Vea, Fin Mora. Mora. I actually can't read that. And then Dauja. There is a sun right here, which makes me think that is not necessarily the night sky, unfortunately. Now these names, Morajai, what does the word paragon mean? I thought paragon meant sort of like the example. I'm gonna Google the word paragon and the definition for it. Paragon means the perfect example, a person or thing regarded as a perfect example of a particular quality. Does it have any other meanings? A person or thing viewed as a model of excellence. So in this case, the sentence would mean the example of Ash. Specifically at night is my first question. My second question means paragon means prime example. And we're going to put that text there. And I hope that means over time, our Blue Tents memo page will have a bunch of memos that have also been sort of, it doesn't just list the memos, it also, you know what I'm trying to say, translates them. In eclipses, only appear in the north sky. N equals north, so that makes sense. Why are two of these about the night, no, one's north sky, one's night sky. Okay. I'll make them bold so I can read them a little bit easier. Save. Drawing room memo. Can I paste a text box? I can. Perfect. Text box is then now floating in the middle of the thing. Months are slightly longer than days. Can this be taken at face value? Where is the clue in this memo? That's my big question with this one. Slightly is an insane word to, you know. Slightly is wild. And then our final one, the rotunda memo. 4 different methods to rotate. Dovecote, ornate compass. What am I missing? I'm definitely missing something. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. I don't know. We'll encounter it at some point, and then I'll know that I need to write it down. Okay. Excellent. Let's keep going. I am liking this. I'm liking this. And I specifically am so... I'm so concerned that, Treasure Trove, the memos are so very specific to one problem. Which is that, like, the treasure trove. And, like, the memos... Treasure Trove is so self-concerned. All of the memos reference each other. The thing that's wild to me... And then occasionally it references this larger thing, like the true treasure of the trove. The thing that's wild to me is the fact that every blue memo that I have found so far on rank 8 are, like, related to entirely different things. Okay, so I think from here we're going to want to redraw, because those are all dead ends. We could still potentially get there for some of these. Break room is a great one to get out of the way. We should take break room. Now... where would it be? Mice will play. I completely forgot about that note. That little... Hanging out here once again really reminds me of the good old days at the Mice Will Play. We're looking for a blue memo. Is it in one of the holes? That would be a kind of funny place to put it. No? Is it in this couch? Is it in the puzzle itself? Let's solve it, and then we'll try and figure it out. 30 times 2, 60, rounded to 100, times 3, 300. Divided by 10 is 30, divided by 15 is 2. 1 divided by 5, 0.2. Flipped is probably 2. Squared is 4. Divided by 8 is 0.5. Flipped is 5. Squared is 25. Minus 20 is 5. Oh, okay. Keycard is excellent. We should coach check that shit. Aha! We found it. The bullseye operation can trigger multiple times. I don't know what that means. What? I am so excited that I have no fucking idea what that means. Break room memo. What? Word by word here. Bullseye. That sounds like the code name for the operation. Trigger sounds like a game mechanic. If you trigger the conference room every time you use spread, bullseye operation. Operation could be medical, could be, more likely, spy / like covert operation. What the fuck? This is crazy. Some sort of... Oh, it's not gonna let me... No, dang it. Okay. New text. Some sort of covert operation? Sounds like a game mechanic. Bullseye? We should double check this. Bullseye. Whatever, I don't need to bold it. Is bullseye a blessing of some sort? Is bullseye a... bullseye? Are we meant to... Is it... So first off, everything in this game we have to take through the lens of a new clue. Is it referenced in a new clue? No, I don't think so. 2, is it bullseye as in like we need to sound that out and make it sound like something else? Bullseye. Bullseye. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it. Not off the top of my head. Bullseye. Bullseye. The bullseye operation. Bullseye is like a... aiming contest of some sort. I don't have aiming contest in this game. This isn't Ocarina of Time or Majora's Masks. I don't have mini games like that. Bullseye operation. It doesn't say procedure or like is there a bow and arrow in here? I do think there might be a bow and arrow in here. No? Bullseye. There's something in the nursery, indoor nursery. Oh my god. It's how am I just receiving questions? At this point, all I have are questions rather than answers. How is that possible? Let's try and draft some more rooms in rank 8, and then we're gonna... Closed exhibit works for me. Commissary works as well. Let's take commissary for the chance to buy something good. Bullseye on terms of dirigiblocks. We have that, so we're fine. Salt shaker for steps, shovel, sleeping mask, metal detector, all good. Bullseye. Bullseye. Sundial. Castle. I'm losing my mind. Okay, we need something that goes... We have 1 die. We do need study, but not right here. We need something that goes to the right, and none of these do. So we're going to redraw here. Oh, this sucks. Classroom's fine. We get the ability to draw a couple times, probably. Maybe. No, we don't. We haven't had a single drafting room. Yeah, we have. Drawing room. Okay. Okay. Bullseye. Planet in the night sky. Now I want to step into planetarium to figure out which planet is largest. Okay. We don't have study, so we hope and pray here that we get something blue. We did not, but we can redraw. We still did it. We can still redraw. Rotunda, we've literally already done. We can do coat check here. That's fine. That's a fine thing to do. I think I will. I should probably just not hold on to doing 5 blue rooms per every run. Okay, this is very interesting. This is a note that I understand every word of. A memo. Which is part of what makes it interesting. My screen capture software is messing up. There we go. Coat check is drawn slightly more often the day after checking a new item. This is interesting. We were just talking about how I'm going to call this solved. I'm going to put solved in the title of this one because I think it is just self-explanatory. We were just talking about whether or not some of the odds of drawing certain rooms were affected by the game in some way. We should check the key card before I forget. Checking a new item. So if you retrieve the item and check it again, the exact same item, I wonder if that counts or if it doesn't. Is it a new item? No, but you are checking an item. I don't know. Okay. We have 11 footsteps. Probably no way to get out of here. We do have a key card guaranteed for our future, which is nice. I didn't grab my stuff here. That's all right. It doesn't fucking matter. We're going to go down to security and see if we can't draft to the left just to see what happens. I don't know that I'm going to have enough footsteps, but maybe. If I get super lucky. And I don't run into any locked doors. Tunnel would get us there, which is kind of nice. For free, too. I'll take tunnel. Fuck it. I don't have a sledgehammer. I do have a shovel. Oh, we need to think about how where we call it a day. Didn't think about this. We have the blessing of the monk. Let's just go for it. We know how to get the blessing of the monk, so if we can't figure it out today, it's all right. If we can't, like... Plus, there's a chance that I completely have ruined my life. And by that, I mean... There is a chance that Foundation does not reset. Oh, I didn't even get a blue room. Fuck. Okay, what room do I want to call it a day in? We could try locksmith. That would give us 1 million keys if it goes outside tomorrow. Let's do this. There's a chance I've completely ruined my life. I'm nervous to do this, but I think I need to. Because I'm more curious than I am nervous. I'm pretty curious, but I'm also pretty nervous. This makes me very nervous. Does not reset each day. I really hope I have not just fucked up. I don't know what I... Like, the cost... Unfortunately, the risk is very high, because if I have fucked up... then the outcome is a very bad outcome. And the curiosity side of me is a very small curiosity. I probably should not have done that. I may regret that. Oh, no. Oh, no. It didn't even get rid of this one. I thought maybe... Oh, no. Okay. That is really bad. Maybe it has something in it. My hope, my sincere hope, is that the door's open. Is that the game devs are so used to... Here's kind of why I changed my mind between last episode and this one. The game devs are so used to thinking about the weird scenario. What happens if you try to break the game by tunneling off of the map? What happens if you X, if you Y? That my hope is that they know that this is a weird situation. It looks the exact same as yesterday. And therefore make something interesting happen. Oh no. Oh no. Have I completely fucked my file? My save file? Oh no. I'm kind of speechless. This is not good. I'm just thinking. I don't know what I can fucking do. The cornerstone of the house, unvarying and unchanging. The foundation is one of the only constants in the estate on which you can truly rely. This natural cavity was hollowed directly out of the mountain itself, with its stone and earth walls displaying an underlying coarseness that the rest of the mansion conceals. Oh boy. The tents are blue now. Is there anything out here? Ah. Ah? No, it just says the campsite. I thought maybe we could interact with these in some way. Oh boy, I feel sick. Oh no. Okay, well. This shit just isn't scorched. I don't know what to tell you. What if we burn down the apple orchard? Will that scorch the sundial? Dang, I feel... Oh, man. Bad. Okay, we're gonna try and make this day not bad. Maybe the way to erase it is to call it a day in... Like, maybe the... Blessing of the Monk will override it. No, it didn't. It didn't fucking override it last night. Damn it. Fuck. I'm like, how can I break the game back? If I call it a day inside of your house, you will have the opportunity to draft that room. I was not given the opportunity. So the Blessing of the Monk can't override it. Fuck. Oh, boy. I feel so sick to my stomach right now. It's okay. We're going to work through it. We're going to work through it. I don't know how we're going to work through it, guys. I'll be so fucking honest. I have no idea. Let's think about different problems, though. Let's think about different problems. I have drafted break room, clock tower, coat check, drawing room, observatory, and rotunda. I think we should make rotunda rare now. I don't think I want it. Because I've already gotten it in the correct spot, meaning I need to make other things more likely, this less likely. I like this room, but I think we got to make it more rare. Now, observatory and coat check and break room are all rooms that I find useful. Clock tower, on the other hand, I think we make more rare because I don't want this anymore. If we can make any of the other blue rooms in the game less rare, more common, would you like to use conservative? We will do that. Like kennel, yes. This is gonna completely fuck our drafting strategy, but in some ways that doesn't matter because we need to make sure as many blue rooms as possible are either standard, common. We need to work them towards, you know what I'm saying. And some of them we're gonna really want the opportunity. Laboratory, for instance, we now want that to be back to standard because we want to draft it out there or up there. Make workshop less rare. I'm sitting here like vomiting in my mouth at the idea that we may have no longer have an outdoor room for the rest of forever. Utility closet we want up there. This is gonna completely change our draft pool. It's really weird. I actually would rather pool be standard than commonplace because right now it's kind of annoying. Maybe I shouldn't have done that because it's the way that I get sauna. Study, drawing room. Drawing room we've technically already done, but we do like this room. Office, vaults. We should make pantry commonplace again. Yikes. That means we're going to have 2 pantries at commonplace. Ballroom unusual. Everything, we're back to that place where everything is going to be common, meaning nothing is, but it's also like kind of where we need to be. I don't even know if garage can get drafted there. Maybe on the west side, potentially. Breakfast nook is fine enough at standard. That's fine. Storeroom, attic is only unusual. Walk-in closet will make standard. Bedroom closet will make commonplace. Room 8 is going to be interesting. We'll need to draft gallery from the side. Probably. Parlor room is now commonplace. I am so nervous right now, guys. I'm doing something while at the same time being like, I don't have a future because I fucked up. I should have just not been so... Oh, boy. Cavalier. Okay, these are both standard already. Dormitory is rare, which I feel fine with. Does it have a chessboard? That looks like a chessboard. Oh, we're going to make it slightly less rare. I'm interested in chessboards. I don't know that I'm that interested in chessboards. We'll make it unusual. I haven't seen it in forever. Maybe it has a sundial. Okay. Our goal is to keep going. We need a... It says garage is just west wing only. I always feel like I draft it between like 3 and 5, or 3 and 6 though. I don't feel like I drafted up in rank 8. We need treasure trove. We need a key. We need... coat check to get the thing so that we can go up to the 8th rank. The key card. Forgot to grab this last time. That gives us a key. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I feel nervous. Oh boy. Okay, so we got a treasure trove. I don't think I necessarily care about this money, but I will grab it all for some future reference. I think this is box number 26. We're gonna keep our head down and we're gonna just keep going. It's possible there is a... Here's my thought. I'm like, it's possible there's a shrine I could use. Sorry, a blessing I could use to get rid of it in some way, to get rid of foundation. Box 26. But I can't draft fucking shrine. You know? There are 3 memos with false statements in the clock tower. This is actually a sort of hard one for me to confirm or deny because I have to get there. That's actually kind of a hard one to confirm or deny. I have to do a lot of work to confirm or deny that one. Okay. I literally can't think about it. I can't think about foundation. I have to think about something else. Oh boy. Spare green room has a item for me. We're gonna get coat check, and then we're gonna go outside. That's the plan. Coat check, go outside. Coat check, go outside. It's been so long since I've been in pantry. Let's go to the corner. We already got treasure trove, observatory, and conservatory, so we really do not need to go to the corner. Maybe we can use the corner to get study, or frankly just coat check. Coat check is the vibe. We need coat check. We also need some keys. Dice aren't bad either. Coat check. Awesome. I have watering can, I have coat check. Or I have key card. So I think at this point, we probably want to draft a break room. Perfect. To give us keys. And because I've already drafted this one on the 8th rank. So we got 12 minus 6 is 6. Divide times 2 is 12. 22. No, this is the one where you trigger. Yeah, 22 times 1 times 1, then rounded to 100 or to 0. It's got to be 0. Same thing, plus 1, 1. No, plus 1 is 2. What was this one again? 12 and then 2. You add the 1 twice at the end. Okay. Okay, we got the keys. Let's go outside. Oh boy. It's possible my foundation has changed, the one inside of the house. I'm trying to think about I'm trying to think about anything else, and I'm also only thinking about this. If I were the game dev and I were thinking of ways that players will break my game. This is a game that like sort of requires quote unquote breaking. You're not actually breaking the game, you're actually playing by the rules of the game. But like you need to break the game. You need to like add one to get a experiment that adds a pile of dirt to the driveway, but actually the driveway goes to the conference room, and then you get an experiment where every time the conference room is triggered, it adds one or something like that. You know, like the game rewards synergizing to the point of breaking, or trying weird shit to the point of breaking, like tunneling off the map, etc. So, what am I doing down here again? I'm going to I'm going to foundation. I'm not going this way at all. So if there were a way out of this situation, what would it be? Kill myself underneath the thing. Maybe this foundation is different. I think there's got to be a way to remove that foundation. If there's a way out, I think it's got to be removing that foundation. Oh boy, I do not fucking know. I'll tell you that much. All right, we need to go north. Is that way? To rank 8. We have no dice. We are flying by the seat of our fucking pants. I probably should have drafted some other stuff to get us there. Den is good. It gives us dining rooms even better. Well, den's great. Let's go ahead and see if we can't draft a, like, storeroom is fine. It's a dead end. Gives us a gem and a key. That's great. I'd love to put this on rank 8 someday, but for now, whatever we get is fine. Okay, let's just go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I need a blue room, and I did not get a blue room. I'm going to use a constellation to redraw here. Yikes. I think weight room here is not actually a terrible idea, but I'm going to redraw once more. Laboratory is great. Specifically because I can also go here to get to the... Chapel is what I have to take to get to the other spot. Okay, blue room. That's my last key. Blue room, blue room. Break room we've already done, unfortunately. Rumpus room we have certainly not. Attic we certainly have not. Attic will probably give us some gems and keys. I think we probably take attic here. This is exciting either way. I'm still about to shit my pants from nervousness, but this is exciting. Just the chance to look for this kind of stuff on rank 8. Okay, so we got... Look for a blue memo somewhere. We have a lockpick. Helps us with keys. That's gettable. That's the next room outside of laboratory. So that's gettable. I don't have a shovel, but maybe there's one up here. Doesn't look like it. There better be a secret blue. Is there a sundial up here? I do not see a memo. I'm looking. Looking. Is it up? If I were hiding something in this room, I might put it up, because you're always looking down at the ground. Okay, let's just open this. We only have 2 keys, but we'll use one. Okay, that's gems. Now we have 1 key. Where is this? Trying to look at it from every angle. Nope. Okay. Oh my god, it is right there. Why does that matter? What the fuck? That's the bit. I guess that's kind of, those 2 sentences are an encapsulation of how I feel about so many of the blue memos. Why does that matter? What the fuck? What? Let me immediately pull up the root cellar family tree. Simon H. Sinclair, Herbert S. Sinclair. It's got to be who we're referring to there. 3 years after for Simon. Why does that matter? This is attic memo. I am going to put that as an actual thing on there. And then I'm going to put a second one that says Simon H. Sinclair, 3 years younger than Herbert. There's no way this means anything like other. So there's no. So beware of deceptions. Is there any way SHS means someone else? And HSS means someone else? Wait a second. Photoshop is open. HSS is on the Swan Song thing, right? Do we switch this? Is that what that means? Let me write that down just in case. So is it saying, is the clue not HSS might mean something else? Sorry, is the deception not HSS might mean a different person? Maybe the deception is you don't have to care about their ages. You just need to know that sometimes we refer to them by HSS and SHS. The reason Swansong HSS works in the security terminal was not clear to me before this moment. That it was saying, oh shit. Uh-oh. When I add, oh no. When I add text to these, is that text there forever? I can't remove the text later? I mean, I guess that's fair. I just added it. Yeah. I just saved it as an image. I didn't save it as a file. Well, all right, whatever. Security? Footage? I guess I better be a little bit smarter with what I add here and where I put it. Save? Do we have security right now? We do not, which means that it is very likely to be drawn while we are up here because we have... It's a common room. I think it's very common. I think it is common, quote unquote. Very common is not a rarity in the game. To be exact, I think it is common. Commonplace. So there's a chance we draft it right now, which would be kind of amazing. Laboratory. I don't need to draft it because I could just look at it in there. Okay, so first things first. Let's... first things first, I'm the realist. Let's look for a blue memo. We're looking high. We're looking low. Can't believe it was hidden behind that little... It was hidden behind that image. Does that mean that it has something to do with the image? The image is of the dad and the two boys, right? Tomas or Thomas. 3 years difference. Simon, Herbert. There's also the bunk room diary, but I don't know that that has any like real... I found it. Oh boy. Sinka Inc., founded in 1933, has 2 facilities, Sinka Labs in Reddington and Sinka Court, a 16-story facility located in downtown Oris, featuring 8 floors above ground and 8 floors below ground. Is that a clue? And if so, what kind of fucking clue is it? Sinka Inc. Okay. Founded in 1933. Why would you include that piece of information? There's a million things to go with here. This is the laboratory memo. Yes, I still say it that way when I need to remember how to spell it. And the laboratory memo if I were to be thinking about this as a clue, a lot of numbers. 1933, 16 story, 8. A lot of numbers. What part of this is a clue? I think we still have to assume that everything in this game exists for... I think everything in the game exists for a reason. We also have to assume, even at this point, that every single thing is at least one part clue. Even if it's like a lore building document, which is what you could call that, I think you still have to assume it is at least one part clue as well. So what if we did Swan Song SHS? And if not, what if we did my mom's? Okay. Okay. Does it only work in security? Does it only work in security? Wait. Does Swan Song HSS work here? I'm going to write this down. Try Swansong HSS variations in different rooms. This room had Kimberly Thompson. I don't think this is something. I think it's just Swan Song. I think so. Oh, I don't know. I think we need to test this from security. I don't know that we need to check it from here. Let's keep going. Let's get more rooms. But I don't know. I've written it down as a thing to potentially look at in the future. Ballroom is great here because we'll lose a gem, but we'll get the opportunity to keep drafting blue rooms. And Ballroom is a room that I would love to make rare again if I can get rid of it here. The ball itself is called In Eclipse, by the way. In Eclipse can only be seen in the northern sky. The ball itself is called. The majority of gems found in the house are artificially produced. That doesn't read to me like a clue. That reads to me like a lore document. That reads to me like a lore document. Right? Right after I said, I think you have to assume everything is a clue. Lore or more to it than that? The real gems were actually the friendships that we made along the way. I don't have a shovel, right? Lockpick kit. Perfect. I would love to do study here. I also wouldn't hate to do mechanarium, but it's not going to have enough doors. So I think we do study and get rid of it. Right? If I do study, then I can draft it earlier many, many, many times in the future. Okay. Gems are artificially produced. Looking for a little... blue memo. Okay. Did not see one on our first pass. And at the chair, I'm not seeing anything on the chair. It's not underneath these documents. Is it hidden in between the pages of some books here? I don't see it. Oh, I did see it right here. The chessboard in this room contains a portmanteau. The password in here is date queen. D8 queen. 12-8. Okay. That is interesting. Mostly from a... This is a clue that points what I would call backwards. Like, to me... And I know you can solve the game in whatever way you want. Portmanteau means what I think it does, right? A word blending the sounds and combining the meanings of two others. Motel from motor and hotel. Brunch from breakfast and lunch. It's actually not what I thought. The chessboard in this room contains a portmanteau. D and 8 together form date. I think that's a portmanteau. It's not exactly like motel, motor, and hotel where you take part of the first word. Anyways, this clue kind of points backwards, and by that I mean I know in this game you can solve things in whatever order they occur to you, mostly, it seems like. But portmanteau, Portmanteau. But this is what I would call like a pretty... I mean, I solved this forever ago. That was my sound. Whoops. Is there anything else going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. H, G, F, E, D, C, P, A. Yeah, that's all normal. Wish there were a rook and I could castle them. Castle idiot. Okay, I think that's actually the end of this run. I think that's all I wanted to accomplish during this run. We need to put keycard back inside of Kochek. And we need to not think about Foundation. God, I got distracted from it for like 10 minutes. Or do we want to call it a day? Try Attic. That could be kind of weird. Could be kind of weird. Din is not on the right floor, right? Car keys. Din is rank 7. Yeah, okay. Let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. Okay, well, what a day. I think this will basically be the end of the episode. I'm going to call it. We might have completely messed everything up. I am at war with myself in terms of feelings. I feel a little bit of hope because I don't think I'm wrong that in this game they generally... I have to assume that the developer of this game considered every possibility and would not allow you to soft lock yourself out of a huge mechanic because you did a dumbass thing like putting foundation. Because you were curious. This game does not seem like the kind of game that punishes people for being curious. It rewards people for being curious, for trying everything. That said, I am very nervous that I have utterly fucked something. So, I am at war with those two feelings, and I'm going to sit in those feelings for a little bit. We want to check the key card. And then where do I want to call it? We could call it in coat check. Fuck it, let's call it a day in coat check. That's a fine one to do it. Call it a day right here. We'll find out tomorrow what happens. So, you know, in some ways, productive day because we got some blue memos. We have sort of started... We've started solving a new problem, meaning how do we use each day to accomplish 3, 4, a couple blue rooms in the 8th rank, and then start managing the rarities so that we get the rooms that we want out there. We're starting the deployment of that strategy. We'll see how it pays off, how it plays out, and we'll see if I still have a game that I can play in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. Call it a day right here. And we'll see what happens. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye.